Yeah, it's always very difficult to find the right words after these impressive short movies and your intro and your kind words about this. And I think a common thing is these are the disruptors, right? They are changing out of their own experience and willingness. And 12 years starting this stuff, I take my hat in front of these people. It's, I love it. Now I'm thinking how to bridge it back to our business thing in our event here. Coming to an end. Changing the world, right. Making the impossible not impossible. That's the right thing. Most of you know me, just a few words. We founded this company to be focused on endpoints. Some people are sitting here who are no more than 20 years and still on our side and partnering with us. So we are a startup with 20 years experience. My friend Jed told me in San Francisco, the oldest startup of the world. Now, we are 300 people and try to do our best to develop good products. And I think you got a little bit more impression about this company, how powerful we could be over the last 2 days. Entirely, we stood here since Saturday or Sunday last week, so 5 days altogether. And I can tell you this was the best event I ever saw in my company. Such a lot of motivated people, empowering thing where I thought about this, but I was not sure if I should believe in it, that they executed it was. Thank you, gentlemen. Traveling so long distance to be here and doing all your presentation means a lot for me and also my other teams. Having said this, of course, business is driving us always, and we are focused on our software. Do you have the... Here's no one. Oh, here's it. It's driving us, coming back to the point, we are well known here in Europe as a thin client vendor, which makes us the life a little bit more complicated, like in the US, where we clearly focus as a software vendor for endpoints. We are changing here dramatically. You will see a lot of more marketing activities in the future that our focus is real software. And these people who are working with IGEL a long, long time ago, they recognize that we are coming from the software. We have had partners like Wise, like Neoware, like Compaq, who used our software before on their thin clients. Sooner or later, we have to start with our hardware and stood in competition with them, but that's our background. We have more than 20 years experience in this development. I think, I can tell you, I'm absolutely sure we have the best endpoint management in our industry. And this gets also confirmed by plenty of other PMs in the position being a colleague in the wrong company, I would say. So we know what we are doing. Our focus clearly set 2018, I believe it's also 2019, 2020. Security issues are increasing. I see 2 different ways how we have to execute these security levels. One is, of course, developing new products for the industry, for our partners and customer itself. We are in a good way to move forward there in our current business markets like VDI, endpoints, IoT, as well the desktop as a service concept in regard to cloud devices. On the other side, it's also a question about security mechanism inside our developing. That means our own circle. Matthias, I think you talked a little bit about this, how we are developing our products and how can we cooperate with the BSI or the penetration test or the CIS in the US to reach a certain level of security just to fulfill the demands on being compliant and defense all these cyber attacks. We are doing these stuff, definitely. It's a core focus of our company. And I would say the cloud market is not really new, but it's growing and new concepts, as well business concepts, are rising out of it. And we have a clearly focus together with our partners on these diversified market opportunities, if it's desktop as a service concept or just other software-defined solution or customized solution. That's one of our core targets in the future. I cannot see what's on this screen. I stayed just wrong. We used internet-wise these slides, these picture. I don't know if it was used here yesterday or today in some of these presentations. But for our own definition, what is IGEL? What are we doing? I like this statement. It was done by Alan Kay. He was one of the mentors of Stephen Jobs. From my point of view, the biggest disruptor in our industry, not only IT. If you think about the entire music industry, with his iPod, with iTunes, which he developed in the early beginning, then his iPhone just killed, no, not killed, but damaged the business from Nokia and other vendors in a couple of years. That's really innovative what he did. And Alan Kay said, if you are doing, or people who are really serious about the software should make their own hardware. And I believe that's what we are doing. I love our hardware, but if our software is working on our desktop, other desktops like an IGEL thin client, I appreciate it very much. The problem which we have, the definition of a thin client is a limited market because it's always focused on cloud or VDI or remote access. In reality, our market space is much, much wider. We are talking about notebooks, we are talking about desktops, PCs, we are talking about high graphical driven workstations, we are talking about mobility. You saw some ideas about the integration of the iPhone and the iPad. We are working very close together with Samsung of the integration of Knox, so this entire mobility stuff will be integrated in the future in our software. And we believe that's an essential part to support this entire ecosystem of an enterprise. And some other ideas are rising out of it, but always it is software driven. And our hardware is even better like the other one. I'm sure about this because our factories, our vendors, and the R&D of our boards is always using commercial products and not consumer products. That's the reason that we offer a long lifetime warranty, about 5 years, which is approximately the average of the usage time from these devices. It may be that it looks a little bit more expensive like other one, but at the end it isn't. Yeah, it's just we deliver what we promise you, and we deliver also the services about this. But as I said, everything is software driven. We listen our partner and our customer, and we have to listen because otherwise we could be not innovative. We can draw our own roadmap, which we are doing, of course, but we need your input to make our products even better and get an enriched feature set. And that happens in many, many cases over the last 15 years. I remember as we started with the third management developing, this was 2003, we named it Remote Manager. One of our developers got instructed to write some scripts to manage devices. As he did the first presentation, we were shocked about this graphical interface, brown buttons, and it looks just ugly. The functionality was there, but the user experience was even not zero, it was minus. But there the product was growing. Today is a standard in this industry where other companies look for and still don't understand how they can copy it, yeah, because the mechanisms in this software are outstanding at the moment. And if you see also how many of our technology partners who are present here and supporting us as sponsors, how many software interfaces are integrated there, and we can support Lakeside as an example, yeah, or Device Trust, or in Privata they are not here, but the integration of PKI system or smart card readers, and that's important if you're talking about healthcare industry. That's not simple done. You need to get an entire developing system around it and developing crew who can do it every time on a modular basis, and that's a long-term view. So we can be innovative, very innovative, if we got your input, how we can enrich this entire product set and our solution. And then it's, of course, a question about executing it. In POCs, we are handling it very, very often, and new features are coming direct in our products. We are moving forward with this idea and extending all these settings. I have to say thank you, of course, to all our sponsors who are still here or just leaving this area. This was for us, I would say, a very impressive event, especially the last 2 days. You know, we have had before the kickoff meeting, our internet kickoff meeting, 250 employees were there over 2.5, 3 days and doing our internet trainings and roadmap for 2018 and target sets. But this partner event, which we did formally only as a distribution meeting, we extended it to system integrators, to our partners in this market, and then we decided to invite also customers. And I would not say this was a kind of experience, but or experimental show or so, but it was something new which we did not do before, and we like to get a little bit your feedback about this, if this format is interesting for you. I saw yesterday so many customers talking and exchanging information. Oh, did you do this with Citrix? Oh, I have a problem with the integration of this and that. Is here someone who did it before? And salespeople coming to, let me have a look. I think he's there. Give me 5 minutes. They're coming back. And then you see them for 2 hours sitting there by a glass of beer and exchanging information, and someone got a smiling in his face and traveling back to his country and solving his problems. I think these platforms are not available anymore at these kind of typical standardized exhibition or big conferences where you pay thousands of dollars for your ticket and traveling cost, and then you are 1 week away just to be on a location where you have to visit all booths to understand what kind of products they are offering. So we try to bring together here technology partners who are all working in a network together in our industry and try to develop the best products for itself, but as well for the industry. And very often these maybe look like small companies. They are leaders in their niche markets. Yeah, they are outstanding with their developings, with their performance, and that's the reason that they are here. So we like to move forward with this concept. We are already talking about this event plan for next year without giving you any details, but I think it will happen again, and I hope that you appreciate these days, this time here too, and will join it next time. I have to say thank you very much to the solution. Harry is already on the way to New York, as I understood. He's working for the next weeks for the Grammy. He was a guy, he is our director in writing the entire script over the last 4 days sessions in the different rooms and setting and environments around these sessions. We have a team here from Vibrant. This is our media group. You see a camera or photo shooting, and in some rooms they are doing interviews. We are cooperating with them since Alex is just coming. There's one of these guys who is running around. You never see him, but he is every time somewhere making pictures. Very professional team, and we have very good experience with them. And they are from the US and coming over and doing these. Platinum, Mark is not here, but colleagues are sitting there in the corner, and they are responsible for the entire technique here in this hotel, because the equipment which they offer was not enough to do these events, so this was professional done. Thanks to Mark and your team, it was really professional done, especially in the theater, to think about 3 times building up, crash it down, build it up, crash it down, because the shows in between. Very, very professional. And the last one, I have to say this every time, and I mean it like I say. A wonderful storyteller, Doug Keeley, which I would not miss. We are doing it the second year now. It's always inspiring to get these breaks in between these sessions, and sometimes it's just cross-thinking or rethinking about everything what a human should do changes. This is the last message which I get out of it. So we did a movie. Alex did it overnight and cut some pictures together from the event yesterday. So if you can roll out these stuff. Just one sentence before. I learned also one thing in the beginning of Tuesday morning. John from Cisco, I don't know, Chambers, was it? He said in one speech, this was 2015, in regards to IoT and disruptive market and the industry itself, be disruptive instead being disrupted. This is a word spelling thing, right? Just 2, 3 characters change the entire meaning of it. It's very inspiring to get these content around why he said it. So I'd like to give you these sentence with you. Think about this, what it means. It was inspiring here. We are disruptive. We love our leadership. We are moving forward with it. I'd like to say thank you very much that you are here joining us, and I hope to see you again some other places of the world. Maybe next year at this event. Have a safe travel home and enjoy your weekend. Thank you very much.